Chaps and Chapettes. Today I'm going to be looking at SOS Titanic. Now, this game my wife picked up at Essen. Not me, my wife. She picked it up because she likes the cover. It looks nice, doesn't it? Yeah. And also she's a bit of a person who's kind of Titanic personish. No, she's not big. I'm not saying she's big, but she likes Titanic-y stuff. She also likes me because I was born in the same town Titanic set sail from. Yes. And we also have a relative who is a descendant of someone who was on the Titanic. But enough about that. I'm going to be looking at this game as a one-player version because it's from 1 to 5 players. So I'm going to show you how it plays and then tell you what I think about it as a one-player game. This is what the game comes with. It comes with the instructions, a book of the Titanic sinking, it comes with a deck of cards which are action cards, it comes with a deck of cards which are the passenger cards, and then it comes with a deck of cards which are the personnel cards. Now let's go through these in a bit more detail. What we're going to do is we'll start with the crew deck. The crew deck, at the beginning of the game, players will take one of these. This is your person that you're going to be throughout the game. This symbol at the top tells you how many players you can play. So this one you can play with 1 player or more, but some of them are 2 players or more or 3 players or more. This symbol tells you how many action cards you get at the beginning of the game. This number here tells you how many cards you can take on the rescue phase, and then they also have a special action that you can do on your turn. So in this case, every time the boat sinks a level, you can draw 2 action cards. Or William Murdoch here, he can rescue more than 1 person on his turn, but he can't pick up any action cards, and he starts with 2. So there are swings and roundabouts to each person that you have. So once you've chosen your character, you take the amount of action cards that they have on them. In this case, none. You put it to a side, and then you open your book. And then you take the passenger deck, you give it a shuffle, and then you distribute out the amount as marked. So in the first row it's 4, in the second row it's 6, in the third row it's 8, in the fourth row it's 10. Like so. Does this look familiar? And then afterwards, you turn over the end card. I'm going to move these up a bit more and make it a bit easier to see. Now the first thing you can do on your turn is you can move the passengers about. Now you have to move them in order. So in this case, this is quite easy. This 3 will go on this 4. It's the same colour and it's sequential order. And then you turn this card over and you see what you have. Oh, I've got another 3. Now you'll see there's 2 colours. These are the 2 suits. You have the first class, and then you have your second class. Also, within each suit, there is those that don't have an anchor symbol and those that do. Now, these play not really much of a part, apart from bonus scoring at the end of the game. So it's always good to try and get them all together. Once you've moved the passengers and you can't move any more, or you do not wish to move any more, you then go on to the next phase, which is either to play an action card, if you have any, or to rescue some passengers. To play an action card, you just play it in front of you. Or some of these action cards let you go through the passenger deck or go through the passenger discard deck. Some of them give you extra numbers, so that in theory could be a purple 2. Some of them let you go through the action deck. Some of them let you equal out the lines. I'll go through that a bit later. And some of them let you go through the passenger deck and put them in any order that you like. So you've got lots of different actions that you can play. If you can't play an action, you can always try and rescue a person from the boat. Now on your card it tells you how many cards you can take from the passenger deck. So in this case I can take 1 to 3 cards. So I'm going to say 3. So you take 3 from the top. You look at them and you need to at least put one of these out onto the board. So in this case, I can luckily. Number 17, he has the rail there, which means I can put him up here. And then the other cards, you discard. And then it goes to the next round. You start again. You move the passengers around. When you finish moving around, you either play an action card or you try and rescue someone. So again, I'm going to try do 2 cards this time. and would luck have it, I can't rescue anybody. So what happens now is I discard those, and what will happen is the boat will sink a level. Drama. When the boat sinks a level, you get an action card as a complimentary complimentary thing, okay? But my person has a special power which lets me take 2 complimentary action cards. So there you go. The game will keep going like this, and when the boat loses a level, you have to take the 2 rows at the back of the ship, shuffle them together, and make 1 row. Like so. Oh, no, like so. Like so. And continue playing. When you've gone through all the passenger cards and all you have is a discard pile, you then take the discard pile, shuffle it, and make a new draw pile. But you also have to turn over another level. But you do not get a complimentary action card this turn. So if you haven't figured it out by now, the object of the game is to get as many people off the boat before it sinks. Now this is done with the number 1 card. Once you get the number 1, as you can see, it's a lifeboat. That comes off, and then you can start taking off other cards. The 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5. And then you turn over the cards that are left. Okay? As you can see, there's a space here. The 13 and the 17, the first class and the second class, they can be placed up, so any other cards can be followed with those. So like the 12 over here can go onto there as well now, and you carry on playing as much the same as what you normally would. The game will end one of 2 ways. You'll either get all the people off the boat before it sinks, or the boat will sink and then it's game over, dude, game over. At that point you'll count all the piles of boats that you managed to get off. So in this case, we managed to get 2 piles of the first class passengers and 1 pile of second class passengers. You count up your points simply. 5, 10, 13. There you go. 13 points. But then there's bonus points. You get bonus points for the most consecutive anchors in a row. So yeah, the purple here has only got 1 there, but it's got 3 there. So that's 3 points. And then the yellow has none, so it's a bonus of 3 points, so that takes it to 16. Now obviously if you finished and evacuated everyone from the boat before the boat is sank, you can get bonus points again for whatever level the boat was at. So in this case you get bonus of 2 points because there's 2 portholes that are still above water, or 1 porthole there. So summing up for SOS Titanic. It is a board game that everybody should have on their computer instead of that other card game. What can I say? It's solitaire with a fantastic theme. And when you talk about it, it's the theme and the mechanics which march really well together. March, I'm using a French word there, sorry. But they gel really well together and it makes the game fun. I would rather play this than normal solitaire. This is the kind of game that you buy for your dad and your mum. As a 1-player game, I love it. I would rather play this than normal solitaire now, so I'm going to be taking this with me everywhere I go. The artwork, the components are very good. Obviously you might find trouble getting card sleeves for this kind of size card, but eventually they will come along. The rules are simple. You know how to play solitaire, you'll know how to play this. The only thing I'm worried about is if you play it with more than 1 player. I don't like playing solitaire and my mum or my missus telling me over my shoulder, put the 7 up, move the 2 over there. It's annoying. And I feel it would fall into the kind of realm of pandemic where it's lots of people doing the same puzzle all the time. Obviously there's more restriction here because there's not much you can do as comparison to pandemic, but I don't think it would be that good. But as a 1-player game, I like it. I like it a lot. And obviously by watching this video, you've decided for yourself whether you like this game or not. So for me, SOS Titanic is going to be in a few people's stockings this year for Christmas. More